Oh, hi. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about the story. I'm going to talk about the Final Fantasy main scenario story. All those lovely quests that you're doing, well, we're going to talk about them. I'm going to explain what's happening in them. And I want everyone to know that I'm notorious at skipping those. I don't particularly think I've actually watched them, but I think I have a good gist of what's going on. So just sit back, relax, and get ready for some high lore action. As you can see, the background here, the production quality for this video is pretty low, so it matches the story pretty well. So basically what happens is this story starts fucking strong, and it hits you with the Skyrim opening, you know, like I see you're awake now, and with the old guy sitting with you in the fucking thing, the chocobo carriage, is that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's like some kind of... And then you get attacked, and then they drop your broke ass in whichever godforsaken fucking city that you chose, and that's on you. That is purely on you. That is your fault. Then basically at that point, you know, nothing real significant happens. I mean, you spend probably, I don't know, the next 40 fucking levels just being a courier bitch to people, and then suddenly you have all these important people. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I'm sure you'll see them over here in this lovely... I've never fucking seen that man in my life. He's probably not important, so I'm just gonna not even mention him and just skip forward. But then they all sit down and they say, you know what? This fucker that we have that's been wreaking havoc, if you will, and beating up people on the street for no apparent reason. You're like, yeah, I remember that person. Well, you know, what about him? It's like, well, you know what? I got the perfect task for them. So that's when those fuckers throw your ass into the arm veil. God forbid. That place fucking sucks. I don't know if you guys have done it yet. I sure hope, because I don't mean to spoil that for you, but all spoilers aside, that place fucking sucks. There's a lot of poison, a lot of shit happening. If you're new, it's irritating as hell. And if you're like me and have played this game since fucking pre-ARR, it's the last place you want to be. I mean, it's not a bad run. I enjoyed it during the time when it was actually, you know, current and, you know, relevant for me. But son of a bitch, when I get like my mental roulettes and I have to go to the arm veil, it's the most torturous thing in my mind. Like that's the worst thing you can do to me. Like 9/11's got nothing on arm veil. That place sucks. So after you get out of the arm veil and they realize that you aren't some chump change bitch off the street, they're like, all right, well, he's the chosen one. You know, you are the Anakin Skywalker essentially of this realm. And fuck. So then they look at each other again and they go, you know what? I have an even better idea. And then before you know it, this dollar store daddy motherfucker that we have here named Sid, you know, he's not quite my type. You know, everyone's really into him as a character. I'm not feeling it. See, the Sid I grew up with was like a dragoon, fucking chain smoking motherfucker that just didn't give a shit about what you said. And this guy just seems like he cares too much about his daddy issues. And then you fight a giant fucking robot, some knockoff Gundam that you'd find in a fucking Primark somewhere in the back alleys of Great Britain. And just as you thought, this fucking thing gets destroyed quicker than Daniel Hurst on a Sunday night. And then that Power Rangers motherfucker pops out of it. Gaius, I think his name was. I'm actually not looking at cheats, so if I got that right, you know, that's, you know, kudos to me. That's, see, I watched the story. I've watched it very much. I'd also like to point out to people who don't know that these cutscenes that I'm talking about are actually unskippable. So the fact that I can't really recall much from an unskippable cutscene is pretty spectacular. I feel like I should deserve some fucking adoration for that. So after his broke ass falls out of there and he's, you know, defeated, then you gotta fight the big boy. What was his name? I can't remember, so I'm gonna call him Greg. So fucking Greg here. Now that I've actually went and looked, he has like 5 names, so I can't figure out which one to call him by. But this fucker here, you know, he acts all big and tough because he's got some weird red mask that appears when he fucking calls it. I don't know what's going on with this guy. This guy's like a this is like one of those people you see at a party who's had like, you know, he's been like floating around the keg all night and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do these party tricks and these guys are gonna fucking love it. I'm just gonna like assimilate a card, like you know when people have like they do like that face, like that's what this guy does to you. Like he just fucking poker faces you. So then after you literally smoke that motherfucker, and if you've never done this part of the story, you have to do it with like 8 other people, and that motherfucker will die so damn quick he won't even be able to get through the first mechanic. He'll just drop dead, and he'll be like right after his like huge opening, like to the fight, like it's supposed to be all intense, and he's just all like, "You will not leave this place alive." Nah, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be all right. And I think that's the first part of the iteration. And then as the place fucking explodes and comes down in a heap of fire and sadness and me, you somehow fucking make it out of there. I don't quite know. I think like one of those Magitech things just decides to randomly show up and fucking help you for no apparent reason. I don't even think it's piloted, now that I think about it. Yeah, that shit was definitely, there was no one in that thing. There was no one there. It was just a sign from God. It was just sent from God to help you. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so that's basically ARR in a nutshell. That's it. That's all you got going. That's all those other quests. I'm telling you, you're just gathering shit for some random loser. Seriously, you're not doing much. I mean, you gotta remember, you're starting small. You know, you're a small time gal. If you like this, maybe I'll do another one. Maybe if this was like a rager for you guys, maybe I'll actually like try a little more and do the next iteration of ARR. We'll see. But until next time, skip that motherfucking cutscene. You know, now that I'm sitting here and actually working on this, I realize that I can already feel Reddit downvoting me.